Hi, welcome in. In this video, I'm going to go show you the way an application looks like, working capital one, a little bit in the equipment financing for now. These two are going to show you what to expect before you even fill out an application. When you're looking over it, you're going to get a one-page application, a credit application, and a few more details that we would require from you. Before I show you on the share screen, let me know if you're watching this right now on the live. Give me a hashtag live. If on the replay, hashtag replay again, so I know the time interval. And this video is going to be extremely helpful. Why? Because you'll finally be able to see what lenders will want to see, underwriters, what I want to see, what I'm looking at, why I'm asking the questions that I ask, why those are so important, because come time, when you fill out this application, which I'm going to show you here in just a second how it looks like if you're just tuning in, we're going to go and show you the application. I'm going to show you one for up to 2 million, incredibly fast, within a day of approval, funds within 1 to 2 days, and I'm going to show you a quick equipment financing one pre-qualification for credit application. Now, before I do that, again, let me know if you're watching this right now. Give me a hashtag live, hashtag replay. But aside from that, it's very important because you as the business owner need to have security and safety that you are filling out a legitimate application and that the company is going to be there to look after you, not only after you fill out the application, but before. Once it's filled out, what happens next? So we're going to go through that here. I'm going to open up the share screen, so give me a second. Before I use the full screen, what you're going to see here is from top to bottom, things like company information, cash flow, credit card, and a little bit more. So now let me open it up. I'll go full screen right now. Let's start from top to bottom. So this is just one example for a company here, David Allen Capital Inc., where again, you can get up to 2 million incredibly fast, approval within a day, 1 to 2 days, funds deposited in your account, as much as a week. It depends on your needs and your circumstances, right? So this is just one example, but expect this to be more so across the board. Not all companies will have a one-page application like this, and you're going to get the best offer, one-stop best offer. But we do that here with no interest involved, no collateral, and no hard credit checks. We just do a soft pull. We don't even report to like the main credit bureaus. We don't even work through all that because we can go around that through a cash advance. But what you're seeing here on the left side, company information. Legal company name, you'll have to add. Business DBA name, the federal tax ID, physical address, no PO boxes, please. City, state, zip code, your company phone number, your email, preferably, business email. And if you're having trouble trying to, let me zoom out of this really quick, or let me come down here. So if you're having a little bit of trouble with the whole, starting your whole identity, the whole LLC, Corp, that in Bradstreet, trying to get set up properly to get going, even, with business credit cards and stuff like that, then please take the time that you have to go look through, like you can go through like Gmail and get a business email through them. That's one way. At gmail.com, it's like your name at the name of the business, name of the company, right? That's what we want to look at as well. But it doesn't have to exactly. We just want to see that you have that filled out. But as a business, you should have that kind of email, right? You want to have a legitimate email and one that's tailored to that. So now let's come back here. I'm going to just exit out. Your business inception date, very important to put down. We want to know exactly the inception on that. Employees, if however many, you can put that number there. If you're a one-man team or however that works, put it down. the funding amount you are requesting. So if we've spoken, I've likely have asked you the question, how much funding would you like to get? You've told me, and I've based the next set of questions and what I've been calculated with upon that. So again, here, what we've spoke about, if so, if we didn't, it's fine. You can go ahead and go in here. When you get this application, you're going to put down the funding amount you are requesting. What is the intended use of your funds? Like if you're a trucking business, do you need it to buy a new Freightliner, a new trailer, a new semi-truck? What type of operation would you need it for? Is it not equipment and you just need it for cash flow, emergency funds, inventory, payroll, marketing, and advertising? That list goes on and on. Does your business have more than one bank account? Yes or no? Now, the purpose of asking this question, we want to know why you have multiple ones. What could it be? Maybe you're trying to hide the fact that you had a default at one point. And I've had people coming through ask me that, like, do I have to have a business account? Do I have to have an online banking set up? Do I need to just have one? Well, we want to see where the deposits are going, right? We want to see, you know, for the most part, one, we can understand you have more, but what is going on in that situation? Our lenders, our team of experienced underwriters will see this. And so trying to BS somebody, it's not going to go in your favor. In fact, let's say you did fix it, you came back, you know, lenders will be a little bit more hesitant because they have this information now. They're going to think, oh, this person didn't do it appropriately. They were trying to hide something, but they got it fixed. Now we can help them, and they'll be helpful to that, but they're going to be a little bit cautious. So just be aware of that. So date of the application, legal entity, corporation, partnership, sole proprietor, are you an LLC, LLP? So this is for the up to 2 million program, again, with David Allen Capital. They have it up to 25,000 with Bank Breezy, where we're looking at EIN numbers. So even if you were a part of a sole proprietorship, then there are chances that you can get approved, and that considering you have the right amount of revenue, your FICO, business checking account, things all line up the way you're supposed to have them through the qualifications and requirements. Do you have an open MCU or cash advance? That is very important. We take that into consideration and see what we can do. But as far as stacking goes, that's not something we want to focus on. And you're probably thinking, well, some companies allow that. And it's kind of stingy. We take in the time, the end date, maybe if you're on a current one, and we can take that into loan consideration and give you some type of an approval. But don't try to, like, if you get a funding through David Allen Capital, try to go somewhere else and go through another ISO and try to stack, because we do find that, and I get that notification when I see the email come through that this person did not get funded because they were trying to stack another merchant cash advance or some type of small business loan program. That can get you into trouble, especially when you're stacking, and then those types of companies have different fluctuations in terms, and then you have higher monthly interest rates, or how the interest goes with those programs, APRs, and fees, and then you are going into a default. Now you can't pay that loan back. Now you're being targeted, and you don't want to go that direction. So just be careful of that. And I've seen people who come through these applications. Let me move this around. I've seen people who come through an application and you don't get what you wanted, and you were approved for less. Well, the reason why that's happening is, especially with revenue-based funding, if we'll ask for the last 3 months of sales, bank revenue, and I can't verify without looking at your bank statements, and I won't always ask for that because I'm not part of that segment that will ask for it. I'll send it over. But I do see it from time to time, and I look, and from what I'm hearing from you and what's put on the bank statements is different. So if you're telling me you're doing, when I ask what has been the last 3 months in sales for you, and I ask what is the lowest month out of those last 3, be honest with me. If you're saying you're making 20,000 plus per month within the last 3 months, and then I ask what's your lowest month, and you tell me you're doing like 10,000, and then you get into how, oh, well, COVID, this, COVID, that, well, if I had a new truck, I can project. No. Well, we want to know, and I consider that. I feel that, I know, because I've been through these situations myself. And so the thing is, we want to know what's current and congruent. And so we're going to check those things. Now, back to this. We're asking for state of incorporation, where, company type, the industry you're in. That's very important because we look at the risks within each industry. And the fundability comes into play. When we look at the industry, then we reverse engineer part of that process, and we look, if we haven't already, at the FICO scores. What's the amount of credit you have coming in, and depending on the type of loan, right? There are different requirements. Then we look a little bit into the revenue, because that's what we mostly want to focus on. And if you are doing a great amount of revenue for what you're asking, if it's little, more or less, then we can classify that as being of a lower risk, because we know, and looking through personal information, we know what type of payments you've made on bills and if they've been on time. What's the payment history? We want to see a lot of that. We want to know you're paying things on time. That's why we ask for personal information, and that's what you're going to see across the board. But before I get going, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them for me down below in the description. If you're unclear about something in this application or any other type of business loan funding, I'd like to hear about it. I'm always here to help. I'll try to help you as fast as possible, but please be patient. I have many people up till this time right now that I have to respond back to, and it's not a simple 1 to 2 answer. I will get to you when the time comes. If I haven't messaged you back, I am sorry, because again, I will get back to you. It's just I have projects that come up as well, content I'm creating for you guys, and I'm having to run multiple businesses, so I have to be on top of it. Now, we go down here, rent or own. Are you a renter or an owner? Monthly payment. And then coming back to the rent or own, it's like with some certain situations, like if especially you go down the equipment financing route, you're going to be asked, you have 100% ownership of your business. That's more so what we want to look at. We want to know you are the homeowner or have a mortgage of at least 2+ years. That's what the equipment financing side of things. Okay, that's what we more so want to look at. So that comes in a little bit of more play there. What's the monthly payment? Right, very straightforward. Now we come down here, landlord name, landlord phone number. Has your business accepted credit cards for at least 3 months? Yes or no? Now, what that does is we look at what you're using credit for, what's the type of payment history we're going to take into account, how fast are you paying these things off, and so forth. So would you like to see if we can save you money with DAC merchant processing? That's a great solution. I would go with yes, because even if you are saving, then you will get some of the best offers here in the industry, period. Bar none, you will be seeing how you can save more money through the DAC merchant processing routes. So estimated cash flow. We want to know what your annual business revenue is. What's the average bank balance? Last month's deposit total, 2 months ago deposit total, 3 months ago under average bank balance, 4 months ago deposit total. And then underneath these, we have number of days with negative balance all across the board with the 4 different boxes in there. Now, I won't go too in depth on like the requirements of having minimal NSFs, no more than a certain amount of negative bank balance statements and so forth. That's a part of the DAC video training and stuff that I give you, but you want to have minimal NSFs, no negative, really, you don't want to get into negative bank balances because that can disapprove you for funding. And it's very important because, hey, you need your business to continue to build, grow, expand, get out of a tight pinch, not have to worry again, having to go to bed at night, thinking what tomorrow will bring. The second you wake up, you're already flooded with negative thoughts. Now, we have credit card processing overview. What's your monthly credit card volume? The average transaction amount. Last month's CC sales TTL. So 2 months ago, credit card sales TTL, 3 months, and then we have 4 months ago. And that's where you're going to put your information, number of CC transactions, credit card transactions. And then we follow that down here going into owner information, just basic, right? We're just asking a little bit of personal information, just your background, and that's like what you would see anywhere else. First, last, email, home, phone number, cell phone, social security number, the date of birth, annual income, driver's license number, home address, city, states, zip code, business ownership. Now, owner information too, if at all, and then we work through there. So you can see that by signing below, each of the above listed business and business owner information is authorized by DAC to check out and go through, which is legitimate, just so you know. The signatures here and DAC agent name, if so, you can put that there, my ID number as well. So that's what you're looking at a one-page application, more or less, and that is the David Allen Capital application we looked at, but this is what you will likely see across the board if there is a one-page application. It's much easier, right? When you go through one page and being able to like eventually have DocuSign set up and all that, but what happens is you can get through it faster, hassle-free, not have to worry about, you see a whole blog full of them right here, and you're like having to check off, I accept, and then you're going through like 10 different pages in like a week you haven't even finished yet. So this makes it a lot faster for you to go through. Now, let me look into this really quickly, and I'll see if I can put this on a different page. I can show you what to expect. 1 second. So this is more or less what you're going to see and what I get from an email. Let me remove this. I can copy and paste it here. So we're done with that application. I've shown you how it works. You'll be able to fill that out. You can send it back to me. I've had many people do that, but preferably let's send it to the person who's emailed you for the submissions team. So those emails where you're getting that PDF, send it back to them once it's filled out, and they'll be taking care of you. If it was sent to me by accident, or if you just sent it to me, then I'll forward it over to them. I won't do anything wrong with that. I won't do that. It's not me. It'll be taken care of very well. It's in good hands. Now, over here, let me go back to an email that I wanted to find. And then we'll get into the equipment and then end it right here. So what you're looking at, once you fill out a pre-qualification form, these are just some of the things you're going to see. This is for still the up to 2 million. And one thing too I want to mention, let me move out of this, is if you're doing like Bank Breezy up to 25,000 same day instance approval, will you be asked for a website? And will you be asked for a one-page application? Now it is where we want to see if you do have a website. It may not be there in the future. It may still be there now, but I knew it wasn't there at one point. But we want to see that you have that kind of authority or that asset where people can find you, and it shows legitimacy of businthis proof. So those are just some of the things to notice. And I have content on how to get started building out a website, how to get it registered and stuff like that. Part of it's on the channel. I have a few bits of material on that. I'll try to leave that down below in the description if you're watching here on the YouTube channel when it's up. Now let me go back into this. What you're seeing here, click this one-page application. It takes about 10 minutes to finish. Please print, sign, date, and then scan/email this application back to me along with the following documents. And 2, email it along with copies of the following in PDF format, copies of July and August business. Well, this one was for a specific individual, but it's gonna correlate with the time that you're filling out your application. Copy of voided check from your business bank accounts or bank account. Copy of your last filled year's business taxes. All pages only submit if loan request is greater than 99K. Excuse me. After you have emailed us these documents as attachments, we can secure full approval, including funding amount and terms within 1 business day, very fast. After you accept the terms, you can expect funds within 1 to 5 business days. We say 1 to 2, but again, more or less, it depends on your situation, your circumstances. Please call back here with any questions that you may have regarding these documents so that we can get your loan processed and get your business funding as soon as possible. So you can speak with me. This particular person here is Brad Cordell through David Allen Capital. There's a great team of people here that can help you, very experienced, so they know what they're doing. And if you have any questions, make sure to reach out to them. Make sure to reach out to me too. But for this pertaining purpose, reach out here, and there's more information there you can look at. Now that's for that. Now let me get into this application. I'm going to copy paste it. Now, more or less, I don't know if you can see very well, but we have a pre-qualification form asking for things like credit application, for equipment financing. This is the equipment financing side of things too. Some little details to be asked for equipment financing if that is something you're questioning. So we want a complete credit application, and part of the package is the credit application. Then we want at least 3 months of bank statements and the invoice or link for the equipment you would like to get. So if we've spoken already about this, you know what it's all about. If you haven't, and you want to get equipment financing, down below in the description, I'll leave a link. It's a little contact form where I'm going to get information from you, things like FICO and a few bits of details like funding and types like that. So I can get an idea of what you need, and then I can help you out and then get you more information about how to get this application filled out and so forth. Now, we're asking for things like amount requested, the use of the funds, current advanced loan balance, and with whom. So like we saw in the working capital up to 2 million with David on Capital example, more or less you're going to be asked the same. What's your business legal name? Business DBA name? type of business entity, corporation, LLC, sole proprietor, per partnership, LLP, LP, state of incorporation, pet tax ID number, physical street address, city, state, zip. You have billing street address, if different than above, city, state, zip again. Physical location phone number, billing location phone number, preferred contact phone number, right? It might be different when you have a business and a mobile phone number. They may be the same thing you're using for it. Industry type, rented, mortgaged, amount, business start date, owner officer, slash officer, ownership percentage, title, legal last name, legal first name, date of birth, SSN number, cell number, home address, city, state, zip, owner slash officer, ownership, and then we go a little bit into there for more details. Authorization, just authorizing the use of the company allowing you to do this. Again, very legitimate, one of the best in the equipment financing field, financing, leasing, rent to own. There are different options depending on your needs and the type of industry you're in and the way that the market looks, right? Because you don't want to, if you can pay for higher market prices as they are now, so be it. But most people can't, so you have different options for it. So again, owner officer's names if needed, more than one. Website to email, fax, trade reference number 2, landlord, mortgage and names, contacts information, and therefore, now let me come back to the screen. That is everything you need to see in this video. I showed you what a working capital revenue-based funding application will look like more or less. This one was from David Allen Capital, up to $2 million. Right, when you're doing the up to $25,000 with Bank Breezy same day instant approval, then you don't have to go through all that big application. The reason why we do this on this service, because it requires more effort, more energy, more time. We have to actually diligently do our work and have to see that all the information matches. With DAC's up to 25,000, Bank Breezy and some other programs that may be out there, they won't ask for that because it's a little bit more of an automated process. You just link your banking information, and then we look through it and we give you an approval. We give you what you can get with the terms, the type of payment, usually daily, sometimes weekly. That's just how it works all across the board. Monthly will get you under the default, and you just don't see that as common anymore, especially because of things with COVID. But where are those things? Hopefully you got value out of this video. It showed you what to expect when you're walking in. Make sure to go through the pre-qualification checklist that I've given you. If you haven't, I'll link to it down below in the description, 6-step pre-qualification, so you can understand the steps to getting qualified. When you walk into an application, just imagine walking in and with 100% certainty and confidence, you know you will get approved. And you're there filling out the application, no doubt in your mind. You just go through it, you do it much faster, you click submit, it's gone. You can sit back knowing that when you get an email, you're going to say you're going to get approved. Congratulations. Now you can use that funding right away to move your business forward. Okay, so all the information again will be down below in the description. Any comments, leave them to me. If you're watching this on YouTube, please go ahead and subscribe and click on the bell notification icon so you don't miss a future video I'll be coming out with. Okay, thank you. Bye.